In September 2007, young Palestinians convened in Bethlehem for a 4-day course on nonviolent social change. The man behind the event is Dr. Bernard Lafayette. Lafayette was a close associate of Dr. Martin Luther King. He joined forces with the Ben Ami Institute for a New Humanity and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in this novel attempt to change the path of Palestinian resistance.
We believe in holistic nonviolence, that we say that it's important to have marches and demonstrations because they expose people to the issues and the problems. But along with that, it must be part of a total strategy. And one of the most important things is the goal is to bring people together in reconciliation.
Lafayette is the first to admit the philosophy he's trying to convey has no specific tactics or strategies.
What we do is give people the ingredients, and they can put their own movement together. It must come from them.
Some of the participants have become trainers themselves after spending some time in Lafayette's Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies at the University of Rhode Island in the United States.
Nonviolence is an effective method which worked in many places such as India, South Africa and the US in the middle of the 20th century. It worked thanks to people like Dr. Martin Luther King and Dr. Lafayette, who invented the theory and philosophy of nonviolence.
ليش يعني انت استعملتي هاي الطريقه ليش ما لقيتيش اي طريقه ثانيه تستعمليها يعني مستعجل النتائج عشان هيك مستخدم العنف لانه طوال اذا بشوفهم هيك بضرب بس لو فكرت شوي كان ممكن صار.
The Palestinian trainers admit that achieving their goals using nonviolence is a long process. They also say this doesn't mean they will unconditionally cooperate with Israel.
It's very difficult for me now to deal with the Israelis on the basis of this method. First, the occupation should end, then the wall should be demolished. Only then there can be a kind of reconciliation with the Israelis. We have to change our behavior, first of all by thinking, before turning to violent resistance.
Demonstration.
We use such measures as demonstrations, educating people how to use non-violent ways, organize marches behind the separation wall, using the media and raising our children on non-violence.
Lafayette has been traveling around the world, conveying his message of peace and nonviolence. His quest, he remembers, began on the day of Martin Luther King's assassination.
So I was actually in flight from Memphis to Washington, D.C. when Martin Luther King was assassinated. But what he said to me that morning in a private conversation after our staff meeting was over, he said, Bernard, our next movement is going to be to internationalize and institutionalize nonviolence. That was the beginning of a conversation that was never finished with Martin Luther King.